Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today with the September update for the Fallout 3 in Fallout 4 mod. As per usual, the link to all this information will be in the description down below. And now, let's get right into it. Normally, I would take the time here to introduce all the new members of the team, but to be honest, there are so many talented people working right now, I have lost track. That's a good thing to hear. Let's get right into the juicy stuff then. Now, as most people will know, we successfully released the X03 Hellfire Power Armor on the Nexus for PC and on Bethesda Net for Xbox One. There was something included in the mod that some very observant people picked up on and took to Reddit. Yup, Dogtooth CG has fully created the Centaur from scratch and is working with the development team over at Fallout Cascadia to get custom creature and custom skeletons working. Over on the asset front, Noldal, Oaken, Toasty Fresh, and Junder's Plunkett all have new assets to show for this month, including a update to the Lincoln's Repeater, the Alien Blaster, Classic Flamer, Merc Charmer, and all kinds of new level design assets. Speaking of level design assets, Xanthier and Junders have recently finished implementation of Tranquility Lane and will be moving on to the Arlington Cemetery. Myself and Ted have also finished Vault 112. Rice Calculator has been working on the shacks across the wasteland, including the ones shown below. Oh, and before I forget, Tainted might finally release the R91 Assault Rifle. So I always wondered why Centaurs didn't make their way into Fallout 4, and perhaps it's because they'd be too creepy based off the model we're looking at here. I mean, these are some sickening creatures. Excellent job by Dogtooth. Actually, if you go to the link in the description, this is a moving GIF, and you can actually see a full rotation of the creature itself, and it's really high detail stuff, so definitely go check that out. Next is the R91 Assault Rifle. This is the same assault rifle from Fallout 3, except in this mod there's going to be a lot more attachments to it. The reason I'm specifying that this is the assault rifle from Fallout 3 is because, quite honestly, I don't think everyone identified it as the R91 Assault Rifle. It just was labeled in-game as assault rifle. So if you didn't know, that's what it is, except this one is going to offer a lot more customization, and it's also going to look a lot better. Now, snow's my favorite weather, so I might be a little biased here, but this winterized combat armor looks sick. And I do wonder if a lot of these pieces of armor and weapons are going to get their own separate releases once this mod launches, so that players who maybe can't access this mod can get all the different little pieces and make their own Fallout 3 in their head just based off all the assets they have. I don't know. It would be pretty interesting to see. The next two shots are modders basically bragging about how great the Lincoln's Repeater looks. This close-up shot is fantastic, and the one that we get the full gun on shows just how high detailed this is. It's clearly the complete product, and it looks so good. I mean, you can even see the shine on the stock, dude. And what is Fallout without its alien blasters? Like I've mentioned in previous videos, that weapon that you get and you basically never use because the weapon ammo is so rare to find, and you want to save it just for that right moment, but even when you're in that right moment, you still don't use it because you don't want the gun to go to waste. It's just an RPG player's problem, right? And moving on to the Classic Flamer, this is a weapon that is like so last resort to me. I absolutely do not touch the Flamer all playthrough unless I have no ammo whatsoever. So I think I've used the Flamer all of about 2 times maybe. It's just such a short-range weapon, and it doesn't do that much damage, but who knows, maybe the Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 mod will spark a Flamer playthrough for me, I don't know. The last piece of armor we're going to be taking a look at is the Merc Charmer, unsurprisingly looking great. And let's shift over now to some level assets. We can see a work in progress for the Arlington Monuments, but more importantly is the playground set that we encounter right in Springvale upon exiting Vault 111 and heading to Megaton. I mean, it really depends on the path you take. I usually cut through Springvale just because I love that town so much. Once again, these are just level design assets, so although this doesn't look right in the open world, here's one of the Vault mainframes, but just know it's to show off the asset itself, not where it's going to be in the open world. Oh man, they're really tickling the specific nostalgia of mine with Vault 112. We're getting some shots here. Vault 112 holds my favorite quest in all of Fallout 3. I absolutely adore Tranquility Lane, and in fact, moving on to our next set of pictures, we can see Tranquility Lane right here. And this is where I think Fallout 4 went wrong in a couple of ways. And the reason I say that is because Fallout 4 did not have a single quest like this. No quirkiness to it, no randomness to it, and not that level of creativity. I mean, Fallout 3 is the only type of game you could really imagine a quest like Tranquility Lane in. It's so good, and I could rave about it for days. And I just love the idea of returning to it soon. So really big props to all the modders for recreating my favorite area in the entire title. Next is Sierra Petrovita's house. This is where you can acquire the Nuka-Cola Challenge quest line and learn all about the history of Nuka-Cola in the Capital Wasteland. And we can see they're checking off those major side quest lines, because next we're moving on to Agatha's shack. This is where you can turn in the song sheets to Agatha and then actually hear them on the radio. And lastly is what I believe is an unmarked location, Joko's gas stop. All looking excellent. This is really another exciting update. My fingers are crossed for one of these updates. Once again, I'm going to say it to show some quest gameplay or something along those lines, because this is what's going to really put me over the edge with excitement. I love seeing these pictures. I love seeing the levels and how they're being recreated in Fallout 4 identically. I just really want to see some quest gameplay or hear that they're starting to create quests, something along those lines. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Big thanks to the modders. Yet again, go show them some love, and I will have a link to all of this information in the description down below once again. And that'll do it for me, so be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are also in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that, as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.